Hi, hi, hi. Good morning, friends. You know what is the world population? Total world population is how much? Any wild guesses? Yes, 8 billion people. Correct. Total world population is 8 billion people. And you know, we all people share something in common. But what is not common among these 8 billion people is what? Huh? Among 8 billion people, no one fingerprint will match to the another one, right? No one fingerprint will match to the another one. It is one of the beautiful creation of God that He has made people unique. And when I say unique, one human mind cannot be common to the another human mind. There must be differences between two: how people think, how people behave, how they act, and what is their plan. These all things will be different from one to another. There can be similarities, but as a whole, it is all different things together. So is the technology. Friends, you must have experienced that whenever you wanted to go from one place to another place, you are using Google Map, and Google Map is suggesting you that you can follow this route, so you are going to reach that place a little faster. But your instinct says no, for this time this route is not good enough. I should follow some different route, what Google is not suggesting you. And you did the same. You followed the map that your mind says that you should do that, and results were obvious that you reached little faster. How that has happened? You must have experienced also that some or another time in your life technology has deceived you, isn't it? Or always technology has helped you to reach your goals? It has never experienced with any one of you that technology should work in a certain fashion, but it has happened? Anyone? It has deceived, right? I want to use this platform to have a say that technology is good to have, but it is always overrated. What human mind can do, what our behavioral pattern can do, how we think, can be a can never be matched at all to the human, to the artificial intelligence, because one person is different from another person. How Google Map is working, how technologies are working, how this AI is working, how artificial intelligence, or for that matter IoT thing is working, it has a limitation. To a certain extent it can always work. We are teaching machines, so who is teaching the machine? We, the individual. We have covered a long way from the stone age to the modern time, when Cortana, Siri, or Alexa has made our life so easy but vulnerable at the same time. You know, when we wake up early in the morning, Siri or Cortana, or for that matter Alexa, asks us to, they play a certain music what is soothing to us. Then it made our water depending on our likings, either cold or hot. Then it this should be wear depending on occasions. Then coming back from office to home, it also suggests us that we should go for a walk or exercise, and tonight, so that you can go for a deep sleep. So technology has ruled all over us, but still there is a subtle thing what technology cannot do, what human mind can do. So we all will going to understand, and I wanted to understand from your all experiences that how technology is good to have, but it has some limitations. What human mind can do, technology can never ever do that. I wanted to understand from you that, do you know how this Google Map works? On Pythagoras theorem? Perhaps not. See, what I have understood over the period of time, that Google Map is learning from one path to another path what can be the possible routes by our own inputs. For example, you are carrying a mobile phone, and that mobile phone has a location on. And if you are going from, for that matter, I'm taking some example from Pimple Saudagar, where I reside, to this place, Marathwada Mitra Mandal Polytechnic College. So if I'm following a certain route, so Google has recorded that okay, from Pimple Saudagar to come to this place, this is one of the possible routes, and at what time I have traveled. So my time of travel and what route that I have followed. For example, some another people some other time followed the same route. So again, data get teached by 2% input. Third time, same some other people followed the same route. So depending on the person who has followed the same route from one place to another place at depending different time horizons, Google is making their database make enrich every another day and every single time also. Now, if it is more than some certain level of expectation, then somebody who is very new to Pune or this area, he come and search for how to reach from Pimple Saudagar to Marathwada Amrita Mandal College. Google will suggest the route that I had followed. Fine. Similarly, for example, if some other day I choose a route to come from Pimple Saudagar to this different route that I haven't traveled so far. Again, Google is that data is getting recorded in Google's database. And next time, if somebody else has chosen the same route, it will get teached again with the period of time. Different times, at what time, how I'm traveling, what time I have taken to come from that place to another place. This is why Google is always suggest us the duration of the time, how much time it is going to take, and what route should I follow. If I choose a route from this place to Pimple Saudagar via, say, crossing over the buildings, not the certain roads, and if I and some more people do same thing, repeat and repeat and repeat, what will happen? Google will start suggesting me that route also, that you can go from this place to another place by jumping over the buildings. But is it practically possible? By jumping over the buildings, taking your vehicle is possible or not? It is not. But this is how algorithm works. Every time how data we are going to input to the system, it is teaching in certain fashion, and and it will start giving you recommendations like that only. So it is our human being who give data based on our input. The algorithms are matured enough and they shows the results. So if we are going to give the bad inputs or the wrong inputs, the results will be accordingly. Hence, again, human emotions and minds and behavioral pattern can deceive machine very easily. So what all intelligence that we can get from machine is have some limitation, that what inputs have been given to that. I wanted 4 volunteers. So I'm going to choose them. Chandra, will you please take timer card for some time, and Sukanya, please come on the stage. And yes, Deep, you also. Sir, your name, I don't know, sorry. Yes. Pratik, you please come on stage. Thank you. So these all are visible in camera. Please come little this side. So now we are going to do a small role play. Sukanya, you are in office, right? You are working. So Sukanya is a working colleague, and she is going through some kind of mental depression, not feeling very well, little stress because of whatever reason. And these two are the colleagues of Sukanya who is working in the same office. And Sukanya feels like we should be an open culture environment should be in the office. So she used to discuss things what is happening in her personal life and in professional life. So she has discussed the same his mental condition, how she's doing in office and how she's doing in home to Deep and Pradeep, right? So Kanya, what has happened? Let me explain you also that because of your mental issues, you're not maybe able to concentrate on your work. You have shared the same thing to Deep and Pradeep. Now, what has happened? We all have heard once bitten, twice shy. Understood? Once bitten, twice shy. In Hindi, दूध का जला छाछ भी फूक फूक कर पीता है. Okay. So now, what Sukanya is going to experience, you have shared all your feelings to your both the two colleagues. Now, there's appraisal time going on. This is to the month of February, perhaps in the March or April, we are going to get appraisals. Now, Deep, you heard that Sukanya is not going to a good mental condition, and you go to her manager and backwist about her that Sukanya is not a good lady. She is not able to concentrate on the work, and the project that you have given to her is something what is going to devastate the entire future of the project. And I think that some of the project should be removed from her. And I feel, I mean, we feel that she should not deserve a good appraisal this time, because she is not going to a good mental state. And how Deep come to know about this? Because you are keep on sharing details to Deep and Pratik also. Deep went to manager and said all these things to him. Now, Pratik, you also know everything about Sukanya because she used to share all those things to all his colleagues. You went to the same manager that and you explained that because Sukanya is going from some mental depression, some mental state, maybe it is because of some specific reason. But I feel that we should lessen her burden, and so that she can concentrate more on the given task. And in terms of appraisal, she should also deserve a good appraisal, because it will give her emotional support as well. You all got me? Now, if Sukanya is a machine, first case, in next circumstances, will Sukanya share her feelings to all the colleagues whenever she go to next office or wherever? No, because she had experience that people like Deep do back bitching knowing the background of yours. Now, Shukanya is a human being. She know that all people are not same of nature. Some can help and some can deceive. So, machine can think in a certain way how it is getting inputs from people like him. But if there's a human mind involvement is there, it has a differentiation between, it is not about some certain set of data. It is a mix of all those things, circumstances, kind of people, and how people think, what is my condition, how my manager will think. So all these things can be analyzed and acted upon depending on the situation, depending on the surrounding. So machine have some limitations in terms of a degree of freedom, whereas human does not have. You understood what I'm trying to convey, right? So you all can go to your seat places. Thank you. So whatever idioms or phrases that we have been told over the period of time is true to a certain extent, and in a respective context, it cannot be implemented always. Artificial intelligence or machine learning. Why it is artificial intelligence? What makes it artificial? Why we are using the word artificial? Artificial, but why artificial? What thing we say it is artificial and what is natural? It is human made, correct? So artificial intelligence, it means the intelligence which is made by human. And what about human intelligence? Who has made this? Huh? Nature, great. So human intelligence is coming from nature, a divinely thing it is, whereas artificial intelligence is done by the human being. So we cannot compete with nature ever, and we have very examples that whenever human try to compete with nature, nature has always the upper hand on that area. Machine learning, machines are learning, but who is making them to learn? It is a human being only. So anytime human will have an upper hand over machines. What human can do, machine can never do. For example, the critical thinking, the problem solving approach, the reasoning. For that matter, say if you are going somewhere and some machine learning tool is suggesting you can go to that area by crossing a river by just walking. Will you follow the machine and just started following the crossing the river? Will you be? No. Chanda will take a boat. So this idea of taking a boat to cross the river is coming from a human intellect, not from the machine intellectuality. So this is the approach of problem solving. So again, critical thinking, reasoning. If machine is asking you to do so, but you are not going to do the same thing because you are also involving your human element into it. That is what differentiation starts. Wherever human can go, machine can never be. This is my word on this all theme for today's meeting. So problem solving, critical thinking, analysis, reasoning, all those things is something that has been given to us by God. And Aristotle said that human is a social animal. when we meet people, we greet people, then we have a lot of learnings that we share to each other. Lot of things, what are the common things, what are the different things, how we can become better. This all things happening when we are residing in a social environment. We are a social animal. Machines are not social. So the social awareness, the social learning that we get from meeting people will never be competed with the machine thing. The way our area director said that what if all machines will be sitting here and listening our speeches? Will it be any joy or fun? Will it be a learning? No, because when we are meeting the people, we are seeing the smiling faces of Sukanya and Chandra and Ankit. Nice body you have. So this is something what we can observe, and we can take a learning that yes, I can also become like this. So this is what the human element is into it, and machines can never be enabled us to this level when there will be no requirement of human at all. So again, technology is good to have, but it is always overrated if you are thinking, and we should never ever let that technology rule all over us. We have to always have an upper hand. We have to rule the technology, not technology should rule us. Thank you. Want Mayur, can you, I have sent you one WhatsApp image, if you can show on the screen. So we human being got so much involved with the technology and other stuff that we stop using our own intelligence, and that will let us to what will show on the screen. And screen is going to come. There is a system called ADAS, ADAS. Anybody aware of this? ADAS? Advanced driverless assistance system. Many technologies are working into it. So when the future of car will be driverless, you have to sit on the back of your car and the robot will drive all the car. You have just enter where all you wanted to go. ADAS is the technology. ADAS. And that technology will also help you to park your car wherever you wanted to, and you can, it will just open the door, you have to come out and go wherever you wanted to go. And this is one of the images when this auto parking assistance system, this car was trying to get parked next to this car, and see what has happened. If the person was sitting into a driver's position, would this have had happened? Perhaps, or rather definitely not. And there are many cases, you just search on Google that when technology went failed, and difference between human and artificial intelligence. So ADAS system, or there are many technology people are working around in Europe, is especially, it is very common that people are working on these kind of technologies where they wanted to remove human to bring more comfort to human life, but it is making more vulnerable to the people. So please have technology, but in a limited extent, so that you should always have your control over that.